Hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. It is a delayed and belated day 10 summary show. We're going to go over who won and lost on day 10. We'll look ahead to day 11, which is now today. I'm filming this on what is today? Wednesday, the no, yes, Wednesday the 18th in the AM. And the reason that I didn't do a show last night is I need to go to the hospital today. Nothing serious, but I need to get an X-ray and some tests. And I haven't been feeling well lately. I've been, covering it pretty well on the show and doing all the sumo. It lets me do that, but it's I've just been in a lot of pain lately, and it's no fun. And last night I just couldn't muster up the energy. So hopefully I'll go to the hospital today and they'll fix me up. And but if I don't have a show tonight, if for some reason they got to keep me overnight or they just knock me out, I don't know what's going to happen. Just know that that's the reason, and I'll try again tomorrow, which will be day 12, 11. No, wait, today's day 11. Day 12, yes. Okay, anyway, you get the idea. So, all right, but let's jump in. Won't keep you too long on this one. Uh Share my screen here and we'll go over what happened yesterday. I did put up a bunch of matches on the Patreon. So I only put up 3 videos, but I covered 7 matches in 3 videos because I kind of squish them together when I'm using my DVR, right? So we got to see all the big ones. Now, the big one that I didn't get to see, as we're about to see here, as always, we'll start with absent Rikshi. Nobody has pulled out. I was worried that maybe Abi would pull out, but no mention yet. So I think he's going to keep showing up for work. But as we go to matches and results, and we're going to jump down to the Juryo division for day 10. Don't forget, we're talking about day 10, September 17th, which was Tuesday. And this was the big match right at the beginning. Takeda Fuji, the leader down in Juryo, undefeated, lost to Tohakuru. And so he's not the sole leader anymore. We had to wait until the end of Juryo to see if Chiyoshoma would win to equal him. And as we scroll down, you'll see what happens. So, big loss for the leader. I still think he's going to win the Yusho down there, but it won't be a Zensho Yusho. And any more losses make it more and more less likely that he'll get promoted all the way up to the top division again in November. The win will certainly catapult him from Juryo 11 up to say Juryo 1 or 2, but I think a Zensho Yusho would have probably sealed his ticket back up to Makuuchi. Okay, so here's some other winners and losers. Aoyama holding on. He got a third win. He's got 7 losses, so any loss is a makekoshi, but he got a win. Uh, Kayo doing well at 7-3 now at Juryo 14. He beat Hakuoho, who's now even at 5-5. Tomokaze 7-3. Do we have anybody at 2? I don't think we have anybody at 2 losses. So the leaderboard, we'll look at it in a minute, is a little strange. Asakoru went to 7-3. So those guys will all be going for their Kachikoshi today on day 11. Shishi went to 6-4, and then Chiyoshoma did win. Wate Dashinagi win over Shiden. So at 9-1, he is now tied with Takeda Fuji. They haven't fought each other yet. So that could determine the winner of the Yusho right there, or we'll just have to see. It could we could still have a playoff depending on what happens. But that'll be a big matchup when that happens. Chiyoshoma versus Takeda Fuji down in Juryo. Okay. Jumping up to the top division for day 10. Takayasu started us off on a nice note, getting his Kachikoshi here to go 8-2 over Nishiki Fuji. Famously the one that can hang on to Maegashira 17 with a losing record. But he's 4-6 now, so things are looking a little grim. Shirokuma got a win to go to 3-7. Onokatsu, the other debut man, got a win to go to 4-6. Nishikigi got his Kachikoshi at 8-2 now by beating Kageyaki, who's 1-9. Let's see. Ichiyamamoto beat Hokuto Fuji. Oshoma went to 7-3. Wakatake Kage versus Endo. was a match I put up on Patreon. Wakataka Kage and Endo both entering that match at 7-2. And Wakataka Kage, the winner, to get his Kachikoshi, go to 8-2 and maintain his hold on the leaderboard. Endo now 7-3. Tamawashi got a fourth win. Shonana Umi got just his second win of the tournament. Still a Makekoshi, but Meisei got a Makekoshi eighth loss by losing to Shodai, who's now 6-4. Wakamoto Haru beat up Atami Fuji. Takanosho 3-7 by beating Mitake Umi. Then we get up into the Sanyaku matches. Oho beat Daisho. So Oho doing really, I think he'll get a Fighting Spirit prize for beating both Ozeki, and he's beaten a bunch of other guys ranked above him. If he can get, he probably needs more than 8 though. He probably needs 9 or 10. So yeah, but I think he'll definitely get his Kachikoshi. Kirishima lost to Onosato. This was the highlight match, of course, for the day. Kirishima had been 8-1 and Onosato was 9-0. So they would have been even if Kirishima had won. He tried this weird kind of jump to the side maneuver. It wasn't quite a henka, but it just didn't work, and Onosato took care of him easily. So he is now undefeated at 10-0. Kirishima falls into the 2-loss group at 8-2. Abi Makekoshi, he got his 8th loss. He lost to Ura. Ura is now 6-4. So he'll be leaving Sekewake and most likely going down past Komasubi out into the rank and file. Kotozakura got a win to go to 7-3 over Gonoyama and Hoshoru, both Ozeki winning on day 10. Hoshoru's now 6-4, beating Koto Shoho. All right, so we look at our leaderboard. We can see that at the top with a 2-win buffer with 5 days to go is Onosato. Now, he hasn't fought either Ozeki yet, and he hasn't, I don't think he's fought Abi, but that's not really going to be a match to worry about. So I don't really see him losing more than 1 or 2 on his way to the Yusho, but you never know. Here's the 4 guys that are following him 2 off the pace: Kirishima, Wakataka Kage, Nishikigi, and Takayasu. Wouldn't it be wonderful if Takayasu came out of nowhere and won the Yusho? That would just be fantastic. Down in Juryo, like I said, Chiyoshima, Takeda Fuji tied at 9-1, and they have a 2-win buffer over the rest of the pack, which includes Asakoru, Tomokaze, and Kayo. And probably going to be a contest between these 2 down there. Okay, and then if we go down to check on Enho, there he is. So he is at 5-0. And looks like, I mean, that's Kachikoshi in the lower divisions, right? Because they only fight 7 times. But if he can go 7-0, he'll probably win the Yusho down there. Although he has some competition, and perhaps be promoted up to Sandamne for November. Okay, let's look ahead to tomorrow, which is today. Day 11 for September 18th, Wednesday. So the 2 debut wrestlers fight each other, Onokatsu versus Shirokuma. If Shirokuma loses, it's a Makekoshi, and he'll probably be heading back down to Juryo. What else we got? Tamawashi versus Hokuto Fuji. They fought each other a million times. Takayasu Endo. This is kind of a fun one. Takayasu, or he has his Kachikoshi, and Endo is going for his Kachikoshi, but of course Takayasu wants to keep winning. Roga Chiranaumi, very close. Wakataka Kage has the other 8-2-man Nishikigi, so one of these guys will fall out of the 2-loss leaderboard with their loss. Oshoma going for Kachikoshi against Meisei. Shodai, Gonoyama, Wakamoto Haru against Shonana Umi. Tobizaru versus Mitake Umi, both men 3-7. Oho taking on Takanosho, who's also 3-7. Yeah, the top of Maegashira just not doing great this tournament. Most of them have losing records right now. Here's M1 3-7, M1 3-7, M2 4-6, M2 6-4. So Oho's one of the few that has a winning record. Here's an M3 with a 3-7. Okay, Wakamoto Haru has a 6-4, but none of them have like 7 or 8 wins. Shodai's got a 6-4. Okay, and then Hirada Umi, the Komusubi, with a 6-4, fights Atami Fuji. Kirishima versus Abe in a Sekewake clash that should go the way of Kirishima. And then I saw Onosato briefly when I was checking earlier with Koto, and I'm like, well, Are they going to put him up against Koto Zakura this early? But it's not. It's Koto Shoho. Maegashira 4 at 5-5 is fighting the leader. And then Hoshoru Ura and Komusubi versus Ozeki in the final match of the day, Daisho Koto Zakura. I really think Koto Zakura and Hoshoru aren't probably going to be in the hunt for the cup going into the final few days, but they certainly can, give Onosato losses or create havoc and play spoiler, etc. Yeah, I don't really see him losing 3 of his next 5 to even give Koto Zakura a chance. The 2 loss guys, certainly. And somebody like, Kirishima, now that has fought him, if he can keep winning and somebody else can beat Onosato, then there could be a playoff, etc. Wakataka Kage certainly could be involved in that conversation. And Takayasu. So there is your lineup for day 11. And I hope to have coverage tonight as long as I come home in a reasonable time and I feel decent. I will put up coverage. Okay, looking over at the standings. What do we got? 8-way tie for first. A lot of the same names we've seen all week. They have very similar, in fact, a lot of them have the exact same team. Here's Quimby has Nishikigi instead of Takayasu. And for instance, Fujigatama has Oho instead of Wakamoto Haru. And so they'll start to be some variation perhaps. And then we got a 3-way tie for second, and then a 12-way tie for third, and then a bunch of people in fourth. So, yep, we'll just have to see. I'm way down. I highlighted myself here. Where am I? Way down in the 7th place group, 140 people below first place. And yep, Onokatsu, I'm hoping he gets a win today. I got Wakataka Kage, Onosato, and Koto Zakura. Those are good choices. Oho's doing well. So just Roga and Onokatsu down here that are kind of holding me back a little bit. But yeah, not bad. So hope you're doing well in the contest, and we'll keep monitoring that as we go along. Yep. So not going to school today, which is why I'm home now making this video. I got to go to the clinic. In Japan, it's weird. You can't just like go to the hospital. You have to like get an invitation from your normal doctor, and so I got to do all this other stuff. Yeah, that's going to be my day. No fun, but if I feel better, it's all worth it. And I will hopefully see you tonight for the next Sumo Summary show if all goes well. But if you don't see me, you know why, and I will maybe try to see you tomorrow. Okay. Take care, guys. See ya.